It's literally snowing right now. This is such a contrast from being in LA. And check out these steps. This is just downright dangerous. When these things get icy, I almost slipped and fell the other day. I was like one-handing it, grabbed the railing. I think I had my foot up here. Very, very scary. What's up, you guys? As you can see, I'm now officially in Stockholm. Feels really good to be here. Well, not literally, it feels like really freaking cold, but like figuratively. I love this city. I'm really excited to be here, but my hands are freezing. So I made a video a few months ago about the fact that I was moving to Stockholm, and now it is official. So I wanted to give you kind of my first impressions of the city and talk a little bit more about why I made this move in the first place. There's this quote that I heard Casey Neistat say the other day, and it really resonated with what I'm doing right now, and that was, the most dangerous thing you can do in your life is to play it safe. And I feel like in Norrköping, I was just very comfortable and relaxed, and I really liked that place, but I needed to get outside of my comfort zone, experience something different, and push myself so that I can grow and learn and develop more as a person. And in the week that I've been here in Stockholm, I already feel like I've been growing so much, and there's so many opportunities in this city. I think I can take off a few of these layers. You learn how to dress when you live in Sweden, and I still get crap for not putting on enough jackets at times, and not enough layers, and that I look cold, but I really just don't like to have super heavy jackets, but you know, whatever. I think that's one reason why I like Stockholm. All I have to do is make it from where I am to the subway, and I can wait underground where it's nice and warm. So luckily I live within 5 minutes to a subway stop, so I never have to get stuck out like I was in Norrköping at a bus stop where I just freeze my butt off. So where was I? First impressions of Stockholm. So for one thing, every time I would come to Stockholm in the past, whether it was to visit friends or come up in the summertime and do all those things, Stockholm has basically been this like one giant vacation city for me. And this past week I started my new job and working and all those things here, and it really kind of opened my eyes like, wow, this is actually a real city. It's not just a place to come and party. Like, for example, being on these subways. Before, when I would ride the subways, I would never be on the subways during rush hour time. I'd be, you know, around the fika hour, going around at lunchtime, or, you know, going to the bars and clubs late at night. So the subways were always empty. But now that I'm on more of a normal schedule working here, I'd see that those subways can get quite full when you're going to work in the morning or coming home from work in the afternoon. And I actually don't mind that. I love the feeling of a lot of people and a lot of things going on, and that's one of the reasons why I moved to the city in the first place. But that was just something a little bit different. The other thing that I noticed, and I think this goes for Sweden in general, because I was away in America for a month in Los Angeles, it was really, really nice weather. I didn't really remember and realize like how much snow and ice is actually on the ground at all times. Like, since I've been back here in Sweden, it's pretty much been snow or slush or ice or something on the ground all the time, and now that kind of jogs my memory of what it was like to actually go through a winter here in Sweden last year. And even though I'm not the biggest cold weather guy, I really want to embrace this with a positive attitude and make the most of it. And it's honestly not that bad. If you're dressed warmly and you can go from place to place, there are a lot of like cozy vibes. Just eat lots of fika and you'll be good. The other thing I realized about Stockholm coming from LA this past month is just how small Stockholm is. I mean, if you compare the actual size of the city of Los Angeles to the city of Stockholm, when you look on Stockholm on a map, there's basically the freeway that surrounds the main parts of the city, like Norrmalm, Södermalm, Östermalm. You can see it on the map here, and basically that is like, I think 5 miles, which is absolutely mind-blowing, because when you're in LA, it's like 5 miles is like nothing. LA is basically just like one massive giant suburb with 13 million people spread out over miles and miles and miles. So when I compare the size of Stockholm on one map and then compare that same map of LA, it's just like, wow, LA is so much bigger, it's sprawling. But in a way, that's also a very nice thing. Stockholm is kind of like that Lagom sized city. It's very, very easy to get from one place to another. And even though I technically live like outside of the like city center of Stockholm, and it's more of that suburb residential type of vibe, I can hop on a subway and be at T-Centralen in only 12 minutes. And my last first impression of this city is that things are just a little bit more expensive than what I was used to when I was living in Norrköping. And that could be due to the fact that the place where I've been working is in Östermalm. So like when we go out for lunch in that area, Östermalm's considered maybe one of the nicer parts of Stockholm. And so it's really hard to find cheap meals in that part of town for lunch. But like in general, I think Norrköping is just a little bit cheaper when eating out. And that's kind of expected when you go from a smaller town to a bigger city. But with that being said, there are some really great places to eat in Stockholm, and I know this because I've come up to the city to visit so many times. For example, if you're following me on Instagram, you'll probably have seen already that I love to go to some of the best kebab places around the city and just pick up a giant plate of kebab meat and french fries and everything, and you can get one of those for like 90 crowns, and there's some places they will give you so much food that it is like impossible to finish. So with that, guys, I just wanted to give you guys a quick update because I haven't really posted much to the channel this past week just because I've been so busy with the move and getting settled and all these things. But there's gonna be a lot more coming, so just be a little bit patient as I go through this transition period. But I just wanted to give you guys those first impressions of being in this city, and I'm very, very excited to experience everything that this city has to offer over the coming year.